Hi, welcome back. This summer we're going to be producing our annual show for young actors, and I'm very excited to announce that the show I've chosen is going to be a world premiere production of the sequel to The Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum's The Magic of Oz. In 1900, the George M. Hill Company hesitantly published Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz under the stipulation that it also be turned into a play to be produced at the Grand Opera House to publicize the novel. The adaptation, written by Baum and renamed The Wizard of Oz, opened in Chicago in 1902 and moved to Broadway in 1903. Both the book and the musical were wildly successful and led Baum to write The Marvelous Land of Oz after 4 years of demand for a sequel to the novel. An early reviewer of the novel noted that some details in the book clearly appeared to be designed for stage production, and that was just what Baum had in mind. After the publication of The Marvelous Land of Oz, Baum immediately teamed up with composer Frederick Chapin to create the musical sequel. When the actors who had originated the roles of the Scarecrow and Tin Man refused to reprise their roles in the show, Baum reworked the script, completely writing out the characters despite their major involvement in the novel. In 1905, a workshop production of the musical, retitled The Wogglebug, was produced in Chicago. It was panned as a Wizard of Oz ripoff, although praised for Chapin's score. Baum abandoned this attempt at a new musical momentarily to write another novel, Ozma of Oz, but held on to his hopes for a successful musical sequel. In 1909, the major Broadway production company, the Shubert Organization, expressed interest in taking on a musical adaptation of Ozma. This script went through many transformations and titles. First, The Rainbow's Daughter, then Magnet of Love, Ozma of Oz, and finally The Tick-Tock Man of Oz. A lot of time and money went into this new attempt at a musical sequel, including publishing a new novel, The Road to Oz, in order to introduce some new characters to the public before the production opened. The Tick-Tock Man of Oz began its out-of-town previews in LA in 1913, subtitled A Companion Play to The Wizard of Oz, where it was successful. But when it moved to Chicago, it was once again criticized for being more like a revival than a sequel. Although the music was called Delicious, the Shubert Organization ultimately deemed it not successful enough to take to Broadway. Baum's final attempt at a musical sequel was to be called The Patchwork Girl of Oz. It was abandoned with the creation of the Oz Film Manufacturing Company, although many of the themes from the script were transferred into their first film in 1914. From that point on, Baum became engrossed in the production of Oz films until his death in 1919. After reading the surviving manuscripts and microfilms of these old scripts, adapter Eric Stedman recognized the potential for a successful fantasy play. He undertook an extensive search to acquire as much surviving material as possible. Some of it had been previously published, some has been uncovered by Oz fans on the internet, and much of it took extensive digging through archives. After months of emails, phone calls, and editing drafts, we are merely 1 week away from auditioning the world premiere production of L. Frank Baum's The Magic of Oz at Lake City Playhouse. This show features a large cast of 15 or more of varying ages. Auditions will be held May 6th and 7th at 6:30 at the Harding Center, and will perform June 28th through July 1st on the Lake City Playhouse stage. To come to auditions, you should be prepared to sing 16 bars or about 30 seconds of a song that best shows off your vocal ability, and also be prepared to dance and read some scenes from the script. Hope to see you then. Thanks!